I think this is an important conversation. Maybe walk us through, Kevin, as as you have teenagers, how does this shift happen, and how do you start to release that into, hey, that's theirs versus mine?
Yeah, that's a great question. And Michelle and Ryan, whenever you figure that out, you let me know, because it's a constant struggle. But I'm kind of
Yeah.
like you from the standpoint of, you hear all the scary stories about teenagers. But seriously, I have a 15-year-old son right now, about to be 16. It is as fun as can possibly be at this moment. He is
Mhm.
funny. He's engaging, right? He's witty, all those things. Our 18-year-old is great as well. No doubt there's challenges. But our experience has not been that the teenage years have been the most difficult. Here's what I would say to parents, just on that general topic, is the most difficult age of parenting is whatever age your child struggles the most, not
Mm.
necessarily what we see typical in society. But the
Sure.
question does become, every day we need to be handing things to them so that they are now in their column, so they are taking control. If for no other reason, we want them to begin to take control of aspects of their lives before they're on their own, while we are still there to influence them and encourage them in every way. And I always think about it in this way. Imagine you're driving down the road, and you have a line that's a solid yellow line with a dashed yellow line. What does that mean? It means I can swerve into that lane, but that lane can't come over into my lane. And that's how I view kind of the teenage years, that between me and Silas, between me and Ella, there's a solid yellow line and a dashed line. I get to step into their world. They don't necessarily get to dictate or to
Right.
step into mine. Now, a day's going to come in which, specifically with my son Silas, in which he becomes a man. That's going to become a solid yellow line that's double. And he's an adult, I'm an adult. There's boundaries of what can happen. I talk all the time. If your children are adults, you do not give them advice unless asked.
Mm.
That's not your business. You have to be invited into that. And let's face it, if I age the way I hope I do age, and that I live a long time, a day's going to come in which there's actually probably going to be a solid yellow line and a dash line, and he's going to be able to swerve into my life,
Hmm.
whereas I can't necessarily
Yeah.
swerve into his, as tends to happen. And so I think it's just this idea of, how can I every day, every year, be slowly passing things to them, let them see, let them feel the weight of this. My son's about to turn 16. I'm about to hand the car keys to him. Well, but here's the thing. If he doesn't handle that wisely, I'm going to take the car keys back.
Right.
And so it is this idea of, we move it into their lane, see if they can handle it. If they can, then we give it to them, we encourage them, we move forward. But what we don't want to do is, one, we don't want to rush the process where we're putting expectations upon them that they're not, from a maturity standpoint, ready to handle. At the same time, we do not want to helicopter parent to where we're holding on to things that actually should already be theirs, because in so
Hmm.
doing, we're actually stunting their growth and their own maturity.